Welcome to our celebration of life today. I'm Wade Barco and I'm going to be the facilitator. Our speaker today is Richard Cohen, and his topic is the power of positive pizza. Our first song today, led by musician Craig Rayfuse, is, if you want to eat some pizza, clap your hands. Right?
Yeah, you don't need the songbook for this. If you know the tune, if you're happy that you know it from your childhood, our childhood. So we're going to go, if you want to eat some pizza, clap your hands and repeat that, and you clap, then you go clap, clap. And then it's, if you like bubbly cheese, then just say pizza, please. I found this on a site for pizza songs for kids. So it's going to be, it'll go like this. If you don't know the melody, I'll give you a little bit. If you want to eat some pizza, clap your hands. If you want to eat some pizza, clap your hands. If you like bubbly cheese, then just say pizza, please. If you want to eat some pizza, clap your hands. If you want to eat some pizza, hang on here, stamp your feet. If you want to eat some pizza, stamp your feet. If you like bubbly cheese, then just say pizza, please. If you want to eat some pizza, stamp your feet. Stamp. This time we're going to say hooray. If you want to eat some pizza, say hooray. Hooray. If you want to eat some pizza, say hooray. Hooray. If you like bubbly cheese, then just say pizza, please. If you want to eat some pizza, say hooray. Hooray. One more, we're going to do all three, and that's where you go clap, clap, stamp, stamp. Hooray. So, if you want to eat some pizza, do all three. Clap, stamp, stamp. Hooray. If you want to eat some pizza, clap your do all three. Stamp, stamp. Hooray. If you like bubbly cheese, just say pizza, please. If you want to eat some pizza, do all three. Hooray! Okay. We should be more right now, right?
Thank you, Craig.
Yeah.
Welcome to the first existentialist congregation of Atlanta. We are a spiritual community philosophically based on existentialist and feminist principles. We are dedicated to human liberation and protection of the natural world. We make our spiritual home in the old stone church, which was hand-built more than 100 years ago by the African-American Antioch East Baptist Church. And we acknowledge that racial hostilities drove those African-Americans from the area, and we honor them and the powerful history of this place. We also acknowledge that in the 1800s, the Muskogee Creek people were driven from its lands. And we support justice for all Indigenous people. Our opening words: the road goes ever on and on, down from the door where it began. Okay, now far ahead the road has gone, and I must follow if I can. That's J.R.R. Tolkien. The Fellowship of the Rings. Bilbo Baggins spoke those words in a poem. If anyone has community announcements, will you please write them down? There's paper and pen on the back table. And bring them up to me, and I will read them later in the service. Are there any newcomers here today? And if so, if you want, would you please stand and tell us who you are? What made you come? Any newcomers?
Hi, my name is Andrew Rock, and I'm here with my wife, Mel.
Welcome. You might notice that in our program we have a little card here, a connection card. If you would like to fill out your card and leave it with us to communicate further, tell us a little about yourself or learn more about us. And you can also do that on the web. And if you did sign in, we would send you our weekly newsletter, which is put together by Sarah Group, and email. Does anyone, this just in. Does anyone have any birthdays or anniversaries today to celebrate? If so, you can come forward and we'll sing.
Okay.
It's not my birthday, it's my anniversary. Oh, you're 29. Wow.
Okay.
What's your husband's name? Rob. Okay. And it's
Yeah.
his birthday today.
And what's his name again?
Rob, my husband's Rob, and it's his birthday today, so that's how he can remember all this.
I don't know if we're going to sing like that.
No.
Happy birthday,
Let's just do
anniversary.
anniversary. That'll cover it.
Happy anniversary to Rob and
Chris.
Kristen.
Yeah.
So we'll say that Rob and Kristen.
All right. Our second congregational song is Give Pizza a Chance. Now, we thought this was in the book, but we couldn't find it, so Craig, take it away.
Yeah, somewhere in the former book, I know it's in there. I just cannot find it. It's not in the contents. So. But all I'm going to ask you all to do is to sing all we are saying is give peace a chance. And then I'm going to go into this, just like John Lennon does on the recording. He goes in and he says, everybody's talking about it, and he lists all these isms. But I'm going to list pizza ingredients. And then when we do it again, I'm going to list styles of pizza. So, but y'all do the, we'll start with all we are saying.
At this time, we invite our fellowship minister, the Reverend Marcia Mitchner, to come forward and share her thoughts for today.
It's on.
Morning, everybody.
It's the volume back there then, because that is on.
Okay, yeah, the light's on. So, anyway, good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's great to see y'all here this morning. We had some sunshine today for the first time, it seems like in a while.
Try it now. Patton's back there putting.
Hello?
Hello? Try it again. It's a little bit loud. Try it one more time. Still a little loud.
Just
Too close.
Is it still a little loud?
That's perfect.
Oh, it's just me.
Okay. Well, good morning. This week I saw a quote from Maya Angelou that just kind of rang true for me, because I realized that with everything that's going on in the world, and the way that I've been feeling related to that I need to be reminded of certain things. And this is what Maya Angelou said: "My wish for you is that you continue to be who you are and how you are, to astonish a mean world with your acts of kindness." And I realized that even though I feel like that in general I'm a very kind person, and that I try my best to respond to people in a way that reflects the kindness, that I feel in my heart. But I have to tell you, sometimes it's just hard. I've cut down on the amount of news that I read and listen to try to keep my sanity. But yet, sometimes there's still just kind of this little grate in the way that I feel. And so this just reminded me how important it is to not let what's going on in the world to change who I am as a person, to change the way that I want to be in the world. And then sometimes it's hard. Coming in today, they're on the interstate, they're repaving. And I know this sounds really minuscule, but, of course, all the traffic is crunched down into minor lanes. And so then I get irritated with people that aren't letting other people in, being kind and courteous. So I have to just breathe and remember to take care of yourself and do the things that I know are true to me and who I am. And I hope that each one of you will keep that in your hearts as you go through the week.
Yes.
Thank you, Marcia. And now we have some community announcements. In the back, there's a sign-up sheet for the Little 5 Points Halloween Parade at 12 p.m. on Sunday, October 19th. Sign up for that in the back if you would like to march with Kirsty in a Halloween parade.
Or ride.
In addition to the Halloween parade sign up, we have a sign-up sheet for our August 31st, that's next Sunday, restaurant visit and eating out at the Hudson Grill after the service. Please sign up if you're interested so we could get some idea for seating. That's next Sunday after the celebration of life at the Hudson Grill.
Which Hudson Grill? Which one?
Well, I assume the one just down the
One
street.
right here. Moreland
Yeah,
Avenue.
the Hudson Grill right on Moreland.
Moreland.
Yeah,
Okay.
good point. The Ohio State Buckeyes watch the games at Hudson Grill in Sandy Springs. There will be a special general membership meeting today after the celebration of life to vote on a proposed amendment to the first existentialist bylaw. So all members, as our pledging members, are eligible to vote on the bylaws, and you should have in your program the bylaw printed on the back of a little slip of paper, the proposed amendment, which would allow us to shorten the bylaw, the ordination requirements for folks seeking ordination who have previously qualified for the Unitarian Universalist Association ordination. The Art Guild of the First Existentialist Congregation is seeking submissions for our upcoming exhibition. Meaningful masterpieces, artworks from our members' collections. So all you artists, listen. Do you have a work of art that is particularly meaningful to you hanging in your home? Would you like to lend it to the First E for 5 weeks to share it with our larger community? If so, please reach out to one of the members of the Art Guild. You can raise your hands. Sarah Drew, Diane Hauser, Janine Heinick, Sue King, Ted Pettis, or Dee Patton White. And let us know that you would like to submit a work for inclusion in the exhibition. The opening reception will be held Friday, September 5th, from 6 to 8 p.m. As always, we will also feature live music during the opening celebration. The exhibition will end on October 12th. We look forward to seeing the work that you have found meaningful and to learn more about it. This is a time we set aside for a period of silence to meditate or whatever, and there are candles on either side of the sanctuary if you would wish to light a candle.
So if you don't know the tune, hopefully you can catch on. It's going to be like that. 1, 2, 3. Inch by inch, row by row, gotta make this garden grow. All it takes is a rain and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Some warm and from below till the rain comes stumbling down. Pulling weeds and picking stones, we are made of dreams and bones. Feel the need to grow our own, 'cause the time is close at hand. Rain for rain, sun and rain, find my way in nature's chain. Tune my body and my brain to the music from the land. Plant your rose straight and long, songs. One I did not choose was a Jimmy Buffett song in which he sang about the 7 deadly sins, and then he suddenly says, and the 8th deadly sin is, and the whole band yells, pizza! But anyway, this is one by the Jonas Brothers called Pizza Girl. And then there's one from the 1950s by a guy named Blue Monty called Pizza Boy USA. And I never had heard these songs until the other day. I love them that way. And here we go. Love showed up at my door yesterday. It might sound cheesy, but I wanted her to stay. I fell in love with the pizza girl. Now I eat pizza every day. I fell in love with the pizza girl. Now I eat pizza every day. I was stuck in a box for so long. Now I say that she's the one for me. I fell in love with the pizza girl. Now I eat pizza every day. I fell in love with the pizza girl. Now I eat pizza every day. It's a really wonderful YouTube video of this. It's clever. So anyway, here we go. And then we go. He's the new sensation in the nation. Pizza Boy USA. He is the flying saucer innovation. Pizza Boy USA. He's getting ready now. Listen to that crowd. He's the Pizza Boy USA. Roll a pizza, toss a pizza up and all around the pizza boy. Look at him fly. Roll a pizza, toss a pizza all around the pizza boy. Oh, the sky. Well, they love him so. He flips that dough. He's the Pizza Boy USA. Make a dance, take a chance up and all around the pizza boy. Look at it go. Make a dance, take a chance up and all around the pizza boy. Well, he's no schmuck. They love him so when he flips that dough. He's the Pizza Boy USA.
Thank you, Greg, and thank you, dancers. Our speaker today is Richard Cohen, and his topic is the power of positive pizza. Richard is a member of First E and is now retired from a journalism career that lasted more than 40 years. Starting out as a music industry journalist focused on blues and world music, he branched out to a career writing about business strategies, healthcare organizations, and the pizza industry. He is also a self-proclaimed pizza addict, going on for more than 50 years. While retired from pizza journalism, He has incorporated pizza in his post-retirement work as the author of a series of science fiction books. Please welcome Richard Cohen.
Before getting started, I want to acknowledge the tremendous hunger that many experience around the world, including in our own country, and the efforts of many who work on this problem, from governments to private organizations and individuals. I do understand that what I'll be talking about today is born of privilege. I don't remember when it started. Maybe when I went to New York back in the 1970s. Or maybe during that era, I visited R&L Pizza in downtown Berkeley with their shockingly amazing New York slices. Or perhaps the opening of gas-based Chicago Pizza in Sausalito, a town just north of the Golden Gate Bridge that I called home for a dozen years before I got married. But in any case, the result was a complete dedication, some may call it an obsession, with pizza. When it took over my mind, there was nothing that could get in my way of heading to the pizza destination that was occupying my thoughts. That could mean a bus or boat into downtown San Francisco, and then BART, their version of MARTA, to Berkeley to get slices at R&L. Or when I finally bought a car, I felt nothing about driving several hours down the coast to visit the beach and get my favorite slices at Pizza My Heart in Santa Cruz. But first, let's back up a minute to explore just how a pizza obsession gets formed. Is it the dough, the sauce, the cheese, the toppings, or all of the above? For me, it's all of the above, but particularly the tomato sauce. It's got to have that jump. That's something that makes the pie sing. I've had enough of bland pizza sauces that are easily forgettable, but when I eat a slice where the sauce just pops, the pizza becomes memorable. As we delve deeper into the pizza world, a quote from AI when I searched for pizza and existentialism. Freedom and choice. Creating your own pizza, choosing toppings, crust, and preparation methods embodies the existential concept of radical freedom and the responsibility that comes with defining one's own preferences and experience. Wow. Now, I would add to this the ability to choose where you're getting your pizza from. Restaurants, frozen, or refrigerated parts of the grocery store, or making it yourself, which I've done from scratch many times. And with homage to the AI quote, each person has the freedom to decide what great pizza means to them. I say this with one caveat. The San Francisco Bay Area was a fabulous pizza mecca for me, from the numerous independent pizzerias throughout the area. I used to define the region not by streets, cities, or natural features, such as beaches or hills, but rather by my favorite pizza joints. When we moved to Decatur in 1993, I was on a MARTA train and overheard a couple talking. Quote, "Let's get some pizza," unquote, one said to the other, who responded, quote, "That was great, but didn't know where the closest Pizza Hut was located." I was horrified at this exchange. Pizza Hut may be large, and perhaps some of you might like what they offer. But the pizza world is so much more than that. Thankfully, over the last 32 years, Atlanta has become quite a pizza city where one can get excellent New York-style pizza from Glide Pizza in Decatur. They just moved a block away and we are awaiting the grand reopening. And they also have a location on the East Side Beltline. Also Pizza Jeans at Pond City Market, and many others around the area. Chicago stuffed pizza, the real deal, has been available for many years at Nancy's Pizza in Midtown, which, by the way, is temporarily closed during a franchisee ownership change, and hopefully reopening again soon. They also have a location in Roswell, which I will have to visit soon if there are delays in getting the Midtown location reopened. And of course, we should not forget Atlanta's own homegrown Mellow Mushroom. My pizza obsession is more than an obsession. It bled into my life as a journalist. First with the San Francisco Business Journal, where I wrote a half a dozen pizza industry stories over the years, to my becoming involved in 1987 with Pizza Today magazine, the industry trade magazine for pizzeria owners and operators. Over the next 15 years, I wrote hundreds of pizza stories for this magazine and other publications such as Pizza and Pasta and PMQ, which stands for Pizza Marketing Quarterly. I profiled Pizza Makers of the Month, had a regular column called Pizza Promotions, and occasionally wrote more oddball stories. One in the late 80s focused on a family pizza challenge. I was to eat pizza for 30 days straight, and then go 10 days off pizza. The former I did just fine. And then in the middle of my silent period, we attended a county fair. A sign indicated calzones for sale. I asked my lovely wife, Marty, whom most of you all know, if I could eat one. She said, "Go ahead." I did, and then the family argued that calzone was pizza, just a folded over version. I argued the opposite. We got a great story out of it that I co-wrote with my stepson, and the picture used was my eating a slice and him hitting me over the head with a baseball bat. Another quote from AI about the link between pizza and existentialism. Authenticity. Eating pizza according to your own desires and enjoyment, rather than conforming to societal expectations or dietary fads, can be seen as an expression of authenticity and living in accordance with one's self-defined values. As applied to my journey through pizza, Americans love meat on their pizza. Indeed, America's #1 topping is pepperoni. I don't eat red meat or pork, so I'm out of that discussion. But where I am very much in the discussion is around pineapple. Before explaining, let's get clear about the two kinds of Chicago pizza that is not the thin crust many of you are familiar with. One type is deep dish pizza, which features the dough on the bottom and sides of the pan, the cheese and fillings on top of the dough, topped with tomatoes or tomato sauce. This style was invented in 1943 in Chicago by Ike Sewell. Pizzeria Uno still thrives at its original location, and I've eaten there many times. And there are others like Lou Malnati's, which can be eaten at their restaurants or can be acquired nationally via FedEx from Chicago, which of course I've done. Then there is stuffed pizza with its origins in the early 1970s from Nancy's Pizza in the Chicago suburbs. The same Nancy's now here in Atlanta. This features 2 layers of dough with cheese and ingredients inside and tomato sauce on top. For this style, my favorite combination is mushrooms, spinach, and pineapple. There are many pineapple haters out there, and they are not shy in expressing their views, arguing that it has no place on pizza. I was even called out by someone from the Pizza Lovers Society on Facebook, who took me to task. The moderator had to step in to say that we should let Richard enjoy his pineapple. Also, regarding ingredients, my belief is that canned mushrooms should not be allowed on a pizza, ever. Only fresh mushrooms, if you please. Regarding the role of pesto on pizza, I once did a story on pesto. Its use in place of tomato sauce, or its role as a topping. I interviewed pizza restaurants on both sides of the issue for an objective story. I personally believe it is superb as a topping, but it is too heavy to be a filling. So I learned to ask for a mushroom and sliced tomato thin crust pizza with a cup of pesto on the side, so I can be in charge of how much to put on and where. I've covered a lot of pizza ground here without explaining the topic named. The power of positive pizza. When I wrote for Pizza Today, the magazine put on the world's largest pizza trade show, usually in Las Vegas. I attended for more years than I can count, and one year Art Linkletter was one of the keynoters with his talk entitled The Power of Positive Pizza. Many of you may remember him as a radio and television personality. He told us that he was also an unsuccessful inventor, having once tried to invent a pizza that could be cooked in a toaster. That failed, of course, since cheese does in fact melt when heated. He got a good laugh from us for that. What was behind Linkletter's title of his presentation was the notion that pizza is indeed America's favorite food, and it can serve as a great community builder. According to the pizza technology, marketing, and strategy firm Slice Solutions, the most popular evenings for pizza during the year include the Super Bowl, Halloween, New Year's Eve, and Thanksgiving Eve. I've always argued that Super Bowl Sunday should be a national holiday, because in practice it is. People get together in homes, restaurants, bars, and other community settings to watch the championship. Even my wife, who notoriously hates football, will often watch the first half. Pizza is, across the board, a huge crowd pleaser. Plus, it's easy to pick up or order as well as serve. Families love ordering pizza before trick-or-treaters get started on Halloween, and also as a prelude to Thanksgiving, so they don't have to cook. It's also great for New Year's Eve gatherings, as it is truly a happy food. People often smile when they see the pizza hit the table. Pizza is, of course, not the only food that can build community and create smiles all around. From a blog post from the Willow Run Farmstead in Fleetwood, Pennsylvania. Food helps us to slow down, to talk, to laugh, and to see each other where we are at. We see this every month in this space with our third Sunday Eat and Greet, and last Thanksgiving in this building. Most of us, if we are so privileged to travel to foreign countries, often look up to local cuisine and partake. After all, it can be an important part of the experience, and you know what I'm going to say next. For me, my goal is to ferret out the local pizza. When I first went to Italy, I ate pizza at 9 of 11 meals. Marty made me eat Chinese twice, or I would have gone 100%. When in Singapore, I had several excellent pizzas. Pretty much almost anywhere we traveled, I found pizza. In one Middle Eastern restaurant in Scotland, half the menu was shashuka and other Mid-Eastern dishes, and the other half was pizza. And then Buenos Aires. I was in heaven, as so many Argentinians had roots in Italy. Even regular restaurant menus had a pizza section. I ate pizza every day, and it was spectacular. On the other hand, the pizza I ate in Portugal was not good, way too salty, and in Cuba this past March, only one of the 3 pizzas I ate was memorable. Another quote from AI: temporality and the fleeting nature of existence. The act of eating and enjoying a pizza is a temporary experience which can be interpreted through the lens of existential themes related to the transient nature of existence and the importance of appreciating the present moment. However, I take a small issue with this comment. Sure, the pizza is gone, but the memories can remain. Hours after enjoying a wonderful pizza at my son's home in Brooklyn this past June, I could still recall how the cheese just slid into my mouth and the smoothness of the tomato sauce and the chewy crust. To help keep my memory intact, I take pictures of each pizza so they can exist permanently on my phone and some on my Facebook page. So where am I on the pizza continuum today? For years, I used to eat pizza 4 to 5 times a week, and that was conservative. Sometimes it was 6 or 7. That has considerably slowed in recent years to once or twice a week. As my palate has expanded and as I have resisted eating mediocre pizza. How does this compare with America's consumption? According to the 2nd annual Pizza Trends Report from Pizza Hut, released this past January, the average person eats 288 slices of pizza per year, with a third of survey respondents saying they plan to eat more pizza this year. It's almost apples and oranges for me. In my heyday, I easily ate more than 400 slices a year. However, these days, I eat a lot of Chicago deep dish and stuffed pizza, which is much heavier than thin crust. So the individual slice count may be lower. And of course, there are the mall slices at Pizza Jane's that are 2 to 3 times the size of the average. Bottom line, I have no idea of how many individual slices I actually eat in a year. I have my favorite places in and around Atlanta, and I'm always up for Pizza My Heart or Zachary Chicago Pizza when we visit our daughter and her family in the Bay Area. If I can get to Berkeley, R&L Pizza is still in business 50 years later. And New York, visiting our youngest son. There's so much tremendous pizza there, I can't single out one or two. But what I've learned over the years is that one person's favorite pizza restaurant is another person's favorite nightmare. Some people prefer New York style thin crust, some are in the Chicago camp, and others prefer the gourmet segment. I, for one, don't prefer the latter, as for me, there's nothing so wonderful as a true New York plain cheese slice with the juice almost slithering down my arm, or the Chicago deep dish or stuffed pie that I have to eat with a knife and fork. Perfect example of making an existential choice. My ending thought comes from cartoonist Rich Kent, whose cartoon shows a man at the existential pizza counter asking a staff member about the name. The man replies, "It's called that because we feel that people are entirely free and therefore responsible for what they make of themselves and for themselves. Now, do you still want the double anchovy with the fried mozzarella strips?" My answer is a big no. For my pizza, give me mushrooms, always fresh, never canned, spinach, and in some cases pineapple, and I'm in heaven. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. For the record, I'm low maintenance. I'd like Pizza Hut. I like Taco Bell. So. Our closing song is "With a Little Help from My Friends." It's found in the White Book under the W's in alphabetical order.